All right, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome back, and this is our next project that we're going to be working on. And I'm going to go over today with you really what this piece of paper is. This is a 3 to 4 page document that everybody in the class will have that's going to explain to you what we're doing for our next and final project of the school year. Now, just like before, this is what we call a student learning guide. A student learning guide is what we use here in the art room to help you facilitate your own learning, to allow you to work at your own pace. So for those of you who work a little slower than others, you don't have to feel like you're rushed. Those of you that work faster don't have to sit here and wait for everybody else to finish. You can just go on to the next step. There are guidelines that I have that of when each and every single piece needs to be completed on a calendar, and you will be made aware of those the day that everything is due. So, just like before, you write your name. So we're just gonna write my name. You write your mod, so I'm just gonna say 5B. And you write your class number. This is where you fall in alpha order on SchoolMax. Some of you will already have the number written. Some of you have it on your student learning guide from the project before. This is a number that just helps me figure out where you are in alphabetical order so that when I go to put the grade in, I don't have to search for your name. I search for your number, and it makes my life a lot easier. Okay, so this project is for both 7th and 8th grade. It is 2D studio work, meaning it is drawing, and no, it is not paint. I know, so sad. However, I am calling it the mystery drawing because as of right now, you have no idea what it is, and I want to keep it that way. So, just like every other student learning guide that we've done, you have your step, the number that you should be on, teacher check-in, task, studio requirements, learning objective. I added a new column this time called assessment. This is where your grade will be written. This will tell you whether or not it's classwork, assessment, sketchwork, homework, warm-up, whatever type of grade it is. That way you are aware of how much it's weighted in your final grade. Now, we're just going to go over right now what step 1 is. Okay, so step 1. You do not have to show it to me when you have completed it, because since I will be collecting this student learning guide at the at the end of every single class, I don't need to check it in the middle because I'll see it when you turn it in. Focusing student attention, number 1. This is to get your brain thinking. So you're going to brainstorm and create a list written below, that's where all these numbers are for, of 75 to 100 objects. 75 to 100 objects. I know that seems like a lot, and it is, but here we're going to start with a large number of objects, and eventually we're going to dwindle it down to a smaller number. But this allows you to think and come up with ideas. The easiest way to do it is to think in categories. Start with a category such as transportation, food, animals, or even musical instruments, and then go from there. So, for instance, I want to think in terms of transportation. Transportation, how you get around. So how do you get around from place to place? You might say car, bus, truck, plane, helicopter, skateboard. I think I spelled that wrong. You might say ice skates, roller skates, motorcycle. Let's see, what else we got? Fighter jet. hot air balloon, and so on and so forth. That's 11 objects just dealing with transportation, how to get from one place to another. And you know what? There's probably a lot more that I haven't thought of that you might think of. So if you think in terms of categories, it might be helpful to help you figure out how to proceed, because your learning objective is to list and identify specific objects. It's very simple, and it is a classwork grade worth up to 100 points, and it is classwork, as we all know, is 50% of your overall grade. So if you don't complete 75 to 100 objects, it's going to affect your grade severely. So take the time, you have one full class to list anywhere from 75 to 100 objects in the space provided to you on your student learning guide. All right, I will see you in the next video.